this evening talking to Brian Wallace, who's come into the County Library here in Newbridge on the evening of the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasions and the D-Day landings.
Yeah.
And he's brought to us a very personal memoir linking his father with the story of D-Day. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it, Brian?
Well, as I remember it, what he told me was they were woken up at an ungodly hour at the 6th of June, something like 4 a.m. or something. And by the time they went off on their first shoots, it was near 7, half 7. And he was shot, his aircraft was hit by flak fire over Port-en-Bessin at about 8:30. And if the sea fire, if there's damage to the cooling system, you've about 90 seconds flying time before the engine seizes. And fortunately, he managed to bring the aircraft down near a crossroads called Russie, which is about 15 kilometres inland from Port-en-Bessin. Now, a couple of friends of mine went there last year, and we actually found the site.
You were there with your friends?
Yeah. And unfortunately, they can't be here tonight to corroborate.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brian, can you tell us a little bit how your father became a pilot? Where was he from in Ireland?
He was Dublin through and through, born in, I think, in Inchicore. He grew up in Grafton Street, where my grandfather was a bank porter for the Northern Bank. Number 2 Grafton Street. It's now, I think it's Ireland.
A very prestigious address.
Nowadays, in those days, it was upstairs in the loft kind of thing. He went to school in Mountjoy, and when he left school he went to work in Dagenham for the Ford Motor Company as a toolmaker. And when the war started, he applied to join the RAF, but they were all told, we've enough applicant pilots, go to the Royal Navy. And after about 18 months, he was called forward for an interview and passed his training tests, and was sent to HMS Daedalus.
Yes.
Where that exactly was, I can't remember.
Yes,
but that's where they did their basic training.
A training station.
And then they were sent to Canada to learn for advanced training on Harvards. And when they came back to England, he was with a dive bombing squadron flying Chesapeakes, which was it was an old American dive bomber that had been massacred. The Royal Navy never used them, they only used them for training. And then for some reason, he was taken off bombers and sent to fighters. And he was with the 687 squadron, I think. And they were working up on gun spotting for the Normandy invasion. And that's how he ended up flying over the beaches on the 6th of June.